Honest J. Nowak. Oh yeah. A pleasure to meet y'all at last, and welcome back to Honest J. Nowak. And so, for today, I'd like to go on ahead and talk about yet another big person who's definitely been around. A much rather larger celebrity out there, because I have in fact talked about a few other people. And so, James Rolfe was in fact a pretty big celebrity, but now let's move on to someone who's even bigger. Harrison Ford. Yeah, it's about time that I start talking about Harrison Ford, because, of course, being that I really did love the Star Wars films for what they were, especially with such an amazing cast at the time. Harrison Ford, Carrie Fisher, Mark Hamill, James Earl Jones, and many others out there. But I will say for sure that there's been a lot going on about the whole entire career that Harrison Ford has developed lately, and I can be sure that Ford is definitely going to have a lot of new films to work with, especially because, similar to what's been happening with some other actors out there whose characters end up getting killed in certain franchises, like, of course, we remember when Iron Man ended up getting killed in Endgame last April, and as a result, Robert Downey Jr. ended up being laid off of the MCU, pretty much for good measure. Otherwise, we would not have Robert Downey Jr. become a leading character in Dolittle this past January. And we're probably going to see Robert Downey Jr. in probably more stuff eventually. But going back to Harrison Ford. Ford's character, Han Solo, does in fact get killed in Episode 7 back in late 2015. And as a result of that, we have actually been seeing a few other films with Harrison Ford that are not Star Wars. Probably one of the latest couple of examples would include Secret Life of Pets 2 and The Call of the Wild, which was based on the book of the same name. But of course, we are going to see Harrison Ford in some more films as time will go on. But so far, not being a Star Wars actor any longer, I could tell you Harrison Ford is certainly going to have a lot of, better things to work with in terms of how repetitive, in a way, Star Wars has become. I mean, the Rey trilogy, as I call it, which has been around from 2015 to 2019, it's certainly been quite a ride. We were able to get through 3 films out there. It was kind of like what happened with the Anakin trilogy, where we had ourselves those films from 1999 to 2005. Of course, those 3 episodes actually were pretty awesome. But these 3 episodes from the Rey trilogy, which were 7, 8, and 9, they were awesome. And I mean just more awesome than anything else. The first trilogy was amazing. The second trilogy was probably not as amazing. And the third trilogy that we got here in much more recent times was pretty spectacular. I mean, quite a glorious ending we had there in Episode 9. But who knows how long we'll have to wait until another trilogy comes by. Who knows? But I guess it's pretty much enough about that. I've kind of got off track here because, in conclusion, Harrison Ford's career is certainly not over. Even though it might seem like Harrison Ford might actually die at some point within the next decade or so, we might just have ourselves a big turnaround to take place here. So, with that being said, I'm Jay Nowak, this has been HJN, and I will see you guys yet again. But if you want to see more, go down to my channel, make sure that you like, subscribe, comment, follow me on social media, and stay on the Hollywood side.